Have you ever wondered why a woman's desire burns bright one moment, then fades the next? It's not just about looks, money, or status. The truth runs deeper. Understand it, and you stop chasing blindly. You start building real connection. Most men believe women choose men for appearance alone, but physical desire is fragile. Sparks the flame but never sustains it. David in his 50s thought youth and style would win love. Duh. But Laura told him, it wasn't your appearance. It was how calm and safe I felt with you. It's presence, not physique, created attraction. Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Your inner state shapes how others feel around you. If you're needy or anxious, she senses it. If you're grounded and confident, she feels safe and drawn closer. A man may look perfect, yet fail if he offers no emotional safety. Another man, not her type, can win her heart with calmness, humor, and strength. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. In love, what you project in her mind matters most. So stop obsessing over appearance. Muscles. And style spark desire, but true fire comes from presence, stability, and self-mastery. Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. When you master your emotions, she leans in not for what you look like, but for how you make her feel. Physical desire is only the beginning. Deeper forces of intimacy are waiting, and once you understand them, you'll never see relationships the same way again. Real intimacy doesn't begin in the bedroom. It begins in her mind and emotions. If a woman doesn't feel emotionally safe, everything else shuts down. You may have looks, charm, even wealth, but without trust and calmness, desire fades quickly. Emotional safety means she can be herself without fear of judgment or rejection. When she knows her thoughts and vulnerabilities won't be used against her, she opens up. But when she senses pressure or criticism, she retreats. Many men treat intimacy like a transaction. They expect affection in return for effort. Yet women don't work that way. For them, connection flows only when they feel secure. Seneca once wrote, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. For women, the imagination is powerful. If she imagines conflict, instability, or anger, her desire disappears. But when you provide steadiness, calm reactions, and consistency, you quiet those fears. She relaxes, and intimacy grows naturally. Think of a man who loses his temper easily. She may still love him, but she feels unsafe, always waiting for the next explosion. On the other hand, a man who remains composed, even in tense moments, becomes her anchor. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. This discipline is what gives her peace. Emotional safety is not weakness. It is strength, the strength to control yourself, to stay centered when things get hard, to show that your frame is unshakable. Epictetus taught, no great thing is created suddenly. Trust is built the same way through consistent calmness and presence. So ask yourself, do you create an environment where her feelings are safe, or do you let impatience destroy connection? When she knows she can trust you, when her heart feels protected, intimacy flows with ease. Once emotional safety is in place, physical desire follows naturally. The body always responds when the mind feels secure. Touch is more powerful than most men realize. It's not just about sex. It's about connection, safety, and reassurance. For women, a gentle hand on her back or a hug after a long day speaks louder than words. Mark, after years of marriage, noticed his wife Ellen had grown distant. He assumed it was just age. But she confessed, you hardly hold my hand anymore. You don't hug me like you used to. It wasn't passion she missed, it was closeness. Small gestures of touch had faded, and with them, so had intimacy. When he reintroduced them, holding her hand in public, hugging her warmly, the spark slowly returned. Research confirms this. Couples who maintain non-sexual touch report deeper bonds and greater satisfaction. For women, consistent touch signals love, and presence. Without it, she begins to feel invisible, taken for granted, Seneca said. Asterisk, to be loved is to be fortunate, but to love is to bring fortune. Through touch, you show love in action not as a transaction, but as presence. Touch also builds momentum. If she feels closeness in daily life, intimacy later feels natural. But if she feels neglected during the day, sudden passion at night seems forced. Marcus Aurelius reminded, asterisk, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, and your touch reflects those thoughts, whether they carry warmth or absence. It doesn't take grand gestures. A kiss on her forehead, a squeeze of her hand, resting your palm on her knee. These simple acts speak volumes. Epictetus taught, asterisk, small-minded people blame others. The wise see their own responsibility. If connection fades, ask yourself, have you let touch slip away? Touch is the bridge between emotional safety and physical intimacy. It is the language of closeness. Use it wisely, and it keeps the bond alive long after words fade. Not every choice a woman makes in intimacy comes from desire. Often, it's shaped by social pressure, family expectations, cultural norms, or the silent judgment of friends. Sometimes she says yes, not out of passion, but because she feels she must. A woman might go along with her friend's adventurous lifestyle even if she's uncomfortable, or give in early, because culture equates intimacy with commitment. In such cases, her actions are not guided by genuine desire, but by outside influence. And afterward, she may feel regret or resentment, creating distance instead of closeness. Epictetus warned, asterisk, if you wish to be free, do not wish for things that are not in your control. Many women are raised under systems that dictate what is acceptable, what is shameful, and what makes them valuable. These voices are often louder than their own true feelings. So she may comply outwardly while her heart remains detached. This is why men often misread signals. They assume she agreed, so she must want it. But compliance under pressure is not the same as intimacy, Seneca said. Asterisk, no man is free who is a slave to his body, and no relationship is free when choices are driven by fear or expectation. Real passion cannot survive where freedom is missing. Your role as a man grounded in Stoicism is to remove pressure, not add to it, Marcus Aurelius wrote. Asterisk, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Asterisk, show her that she does not need to perform or prove herself to be accepted. When she knows her choice is truly hers, desire flows naturally. So ask yourself, do you create space for her to choose you freely, or do you rely on unspoken pressure? Because only when intimacy comes from freedom does it become real and lasting. Attraction often fades when life becomes predictable. Women are deeply wired to respond to curiosity and novelty. It's not about chaos. It's about freshness, surprise, and the excitement of something new. John, after his divorce, began dating Michelle. Dinner and conversation felt ordinary until he broke the routine. A spontaneous mountain drive. A new recipe he cooked himself. These small surprises made her lean closer, laugh more, and feel alive again. For her, novelty was not about money, but about energy. The Stoics understood the power of renewal. Marcus Aurelius said, asterisk, the universe is change. Life is opinion. When you bring change, you create new emotions. She connects those emotions to you. Predictability breeds boredom, but small doses of surprise keep desire fresh. Think of music. Even the best song grows dull on repeat. But a remix, a new rhythm, makes it exciting again. Relationships are the same. Stability matters, but stability without novelty becomes lifeless. Seneca taught, asterisk, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And wasting it in monotony slowly drains passion. Novelty doesn't mean pretending or playing roles. If you fake interest just to impress, she will feel it. True novelty comes from your own curiosity about life, exploring new ideas, places, or experiences, and inviting her into that journey. Epictetus wrote, Asterisk, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you. And when you bring fresh energy, you uplift her world. So ask yourself, are you keeping the connection alive with curiosity and creativity? Or have you fallen into routine? Because when you mix stability with novelty, you become the man she never forgets. One of the most overlooked truths about attraction is this: stability is sexy, not the loud, flashy kind, but the deep calm that makes a woman's body and mind relax. When a man is steady, consistent, and reliable, desire flows almost unconsciously. A woman walking on eggshells, worried about your moods, finances, or reactions can never fully open up. Her nervous system is too busy scanning for threats. But when you remain calm under pressure, handle responsibilities, and carry discipline in your life, she feels safe. And safety is the soil where passion grows, Marcus Aurelius wrote. Asterisk, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your ability to govern your inner world is what tells her she can trust you with hers. Instability might create short-term excitement, but it kills long-term attraction. Over time, chaos is exhausting. Stability, on the other hand, feels magnetic. Think of men who try to impress with big gestures, money, or drama. They may win attention for a moment, but they rarely inspire lasting desire. The man who lives with order and emotional control is far more attractive. Seneca once wrote, Asterisk, no man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. True stability is proven in how you respond when life tests you. Tita said, Asterisk, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. A stable man doesn't collapse under stress, he stands firm and she feels it. It's not perfection she craves, but reliability. Stability allows her body and heart to rest, knowing she doesn't have to carry your weight. So ask yourself, does she see you as grounded or easily shaken? Because stability is not only the foundation of trust, it is the quiet power that awakens her deepest desire. Attraction is not the same at 25 as it is at 45. What pulls a woman in changes with age, experience, and the season of life she's in. Ignore this truth and you misread her signals. Understand it and you unlock lasting connection. Tom, in his late 50s, once believed lavish dates and playful charm were enough, the same tactics he used decades ago. But when he met Laura, a woman in her 50s, those gestures fell flat. What drew her wasn't flash, but stability, vision, and emotional steadiness. At that stage of life, passion meant knowing she was safe with a man who wouldn't disappear. When life grew hard, younger women may be fueled by novelty, raw chemistry, and adventure. But as time passes, security, trust, and depth outweigh thrill. This doesn't mean passion fades, it simply matures. Marcus Aurelius reminded, Asterisk, it is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. For women, beginning to truly live often means choosing depth over chaos. Men often grow frustrated thinking she no longer wants intimacy. But the truth is, she still craves it. Tiches flows from different triggers. Epictetus said, Asterisk, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If you cling to old patterns, you'll fail. But if you adapt, offering steadiness instead of spectacle, you become rare and irreplaceable. Seneca wrote, Asterisk, life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. A woman's desire evolves with her seasons. Meet her where she is, and you unlock a connection that younger men cannot reach. Ignore it, and you chase shadows of a passion that no longer exists. So ask yourself, do you still play by yesterday's rules, or do you understand that attraction deepens with age? Because when you honor her present stage, you give her something even stronger than passion. You give her peace. Nothing kills a woman's desire faster than emotional neglect. You may provide comfort, gifts, or even financial stability. But if she feels unseen or unvalued, intimacy withers quickly. A woman doesn't crave solutions to every problem, she craves presence. When her words are dismissed or her feelings ignored, she receives one message: you don't matter. And once she feels invisible, passion dies. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And wasting love through neglect is one of the greatest losses. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Love is not proven by words alone, but by consistent actions, listening, acknowledging, showing that she holds value in your life. Even small gestures, eye contact, a gentle touch, a thoughtful reply can reignite her trust. Without them, her heart drifts quietly away. Many men believe providing financially is enough, but women see emotional connection as the core of intimacy. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening is not weakness, it is strength. It makes her feel cherished, safe, and alive in your presence. Neglect doesn't always explode loudly. It appears in silence, in absence, in forgetting the little things. But over time, those small absences create a wall. Once built, it's hard to tear down. The man who pays attention, however, builds bridges daily, bridges that lead not just to her body, but to her soul. So ask yourself, are you truly present in her world, or only standing beside her in silence? Because desire cannot survive in neglect, but it flourishes in presence and care. What truly captivates a woman is not wealth, charm, or looks at his presence. Your ability to give her full attention makes her feel valued, seen, and desired. That presence lingers in her mind long after you've gone. David, a man in his 50s, met Sandra, who had grown cautious from past relationships. What drew her wasn't gifts or words, it was how he listened, remembered, and stayed focused on her. For Sandra, that kind of presence felt rare, almost intoxicating. It wasn't performance, it was genuine attention. Aurelius wrote, "Concentrate every minute like a Manon, doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness." When you bring this discipline into relationships, you transform ordinary moments into unforgettable ones. Women don't crave endless texts or constant flattery. That kind of neediness drains attraction. They crave calm, intentional presence. That says, you matter. Think of the last time someone gave you undivided attention. No phone, no distraction, just focus. It left an impression, didn't it? That's how women feel when a man truly listens. Epictetus said, "If you want to be loved, love." And love is shown most clearly through presence. But presence is not over attention. It is not clinging or chasing validation. It is steady, composed focus, rare, and therefore powerful. Seneca reminded us, we should always be asking ourselves, is this something that is necessary? When you filter distractions and give her what is necessary, your focus, she feels cherished. Presence creates obsession. Attention builds trust. Together they form the kind of connection that ordinary gestures cannot match. Be the man who offers genuine focus, and you will remain unforgettable. What keeps passion alive long after the first rush fades is not drama or intensity. It's strength. It's not the loud, aggressive kind, but the quiet power of self-control and emotional discipline. This is what the Stoics called true freedom. Who lashes out in anger or collapses under stress may seem exciting for a time, but unpredictability soon becomes exhausting. Over years, what women desire is certainty, the steady presence of a man who leads himself first. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A man who embodies this steadiness becomes a source of safety and lasting desire. Passion is built on polarity, the dance of masculine and feminine energy. But when the masculine is unstable, she is forced into the role of stability and attraction. Withers, Epictetus wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Stoic strength is not cold. Detachment heat is mastery of your own emotions. So you choose responses instead of being ruled by impulse. Think of a storm. An unstable man is like a ship tossed in chaos, forcing her to grip the wheel. But a stable man is like an anchor. His calm allows her to rest, open, and trust. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And bravery here means the courage to master yourself, to remain calm even in conflict. Women don't seek perfection. They seek reliability, the man who doesn't crumble when tested, who disagrees without disrespect, who faces setbacks without collapse. That steadiness creates trust, and trust keeps passion alive. So stop chasing intensity. Passion that lasts is not found in chaos, but in clarity, restraint, and principle. Become the man whose very presence proves his strength. And when you do, you will not only inspire attraction, you will sustain it for life. When a woman feels your presence fully, she remembers it long after the moment ends. But presence is not about being physically near, it's about showing up with focus, calm, and strength. This is what makes passion endure, Sandra once told. "David, it wasn't what you gave MIT, was how you made me feel heard." Steady focus, remembering details, and listening without distraction made her crave his company. Presence, not performance, created intimacy. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Concentrate every minute on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness." When applied to love, this means putting away distractions and giving her your full attention. Women don't fall for men who flood them with words and gifts. They fall for the man whose focus makes them feel valued. But presence must be paired with strength. Too much attention becomes neediness, kills desire, Epictetus said. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish. Don't seek validation from her response. Offer your presence calmly, without fear of silence. That restraint is what makes it powerful. Think of it like fire. If you smother it with too much wood too quickly, it suffocates. But feed it steadily, and it burns for a lifetime, Seneca reminded. He who is brave is free. And bravery in love means staying composed, offering steady warmth instead of desperate heat. Presence is rare. In a world of distraction, the man who is fully there becomes unforgettable. He doesn't have to demand her attention, she gives it willingly, because his steadiness anchors her heart. So ask yourself when she is with you, does she feel like the only person in the world? Because if you master presence, you won't just win passion, you'll keep it alive. What sustains passion long after the first spark is not luck or charm, it is stoic strength. The quiet confidence of a man who controls himself, who leads with clarity, not impulse. This is the strength that keeps her desire alive. It's unstable. Men chase intensity, loud gestures, quick tempers, constant drama. They may create excitement for a season, but over time, unpredictability becomes exhausting. What women truly crave is the opposite, a man whose calm is unshakable. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you master yourself, you become the anchor she leans on. Passion is built on polarity. If the masculine wavers, she is forced into the role of stability, and attraction dies. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom in love comes from discipline, feeling emotion, but choosing your response with wisdom. That choice is true power. Think of a fire. If it burns wildly, it destroys. But controlled, it gives warmth for years, Seneca wrote. He who is brave is free. Our bravery is not reckless action. It is courage and self-mastery, the kind that makes her passion endure instead of fade. A woman doesn't need perfection. She needs to know your frame is steady, that when life tests you, you do not collapse. That reliability creates trust, and trust is what fuels lasting intimacy. So stop chasing passion through chaos. True desire comes from restraint, order, and clarity. Be the man who doesn't just inspire attraction in the beginning, but sustains it through every season of life.